Okay, let's go ahead and solve this exponential equation. And solving exponential equations is generally like a second year algebra topic. So, for those of you that might be in Algebra 2, certainly college algebra and pre-calculus, those type of courses, you're definitely going to need to be able to solve a problem like this. And a lot of the problems you're going to be seeing do not require a calculator. Matter of fact, a lot of teachers like to give tests where one part of the test you do without a calculator, and then the other part of the test you do with a calculator. So this particular problem you can solve without a calculator. And if you think you know how to do it, go ahead and put your answer into the comment section. I'm actually going to show you the solution here in just 1 second. Then I'm going to talk about exponential equations in general, and then we'll get right to how to solve this without the aid of a calculator. But before we get going, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is John. I'm the founder of TC Math Academy. I'm also a middle and high school math teacher. I've been teaching math for decades, and I'm telling you right now, you can be successful in mathematics, but it requires great math instruction. You got to have access to great math instruction, clear, understandable, and comprehensive. So if you're at the middle school, high school, or even college level in terms of mathematics, I can definitely help you out. Check out my math help program. You can find a link to it in the description of this video. And believe me, it will really have a major impact on your ability to understand mathematics. Also, if you're preparing for any sort of test with a math section on it, I'm talking about things like the GED, SAT, ACT, ASVAB, teacher certification. I have a ton of test prep courses that can help you prepare and pass those exams. If you homeschool, I have award-winning middle and high school homeschool math courses you might want to check out. Hopefully, you are taking awesome math notes. If you are not, you got to learn how to take better notes. This is one of the most important skills that you need to work on to be successful in math. But in the meantime, you can use my notes. I'm going to leave links to those in the description of this video. And if this video helps you out, don't forget to like and subscribe, as that definitely helps me out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the solution to this particular problem. If you don't want to see it, yeah, you could just pause the video, but here we go. Here is the answer. Okay, so 2 to the n plus 1 is equal to 4 to the 1 minus 2n. We're looking to solve for n, so n is equal to 1/5. Okay, so if you got that right, I must go ahead and give you a nice little happy face with an A++, and let's give you a nice 100% and a few stars to make you feel extra special. Nice job. Okay, so let's just talk about this real quick before we get into how to solve this. So what type of equation are we dealing with? Well, again, this is an exponential equation. I think I have that in the title of this video. And it's an exponential equation because we're solving for a variable in the exponent, okay? So if we have a power, something like this, 2 to the x, this is a power, right? So like 2 to the third power. This is the base. This little 3 up here is the exponent. Okay, of course, 2 would be the base. So if we're looking for a variable, we're trying to solve for a variable in the exponent of a power, we're talking about an exponential equation, something like this. So 2 to the x, okay, in terms of an equation, is quite different than x squared, okay? X squared, in other words, we flip the variable to the base and then the number to the exponent. This right here would be an example of like a quadratic equation. So all these little details make a huge difference in algebra. But let's go ahead and talk about how to solve exponential equations in general. Okay, so anytime you're trying to solve an exponential equations, typically you want to be thinking in terms of using logarithms. Okay, and this right here, you do need your calculator, but there are problems that you can do without the aid of a calculator. This is one of them. Okay, and I'll show you exactly what to do here in just 1 second. And exponential functions and logarithmic functions are inverse functions of one another. So when you're facing a logarithmic equation, you're going to be thinking in terms of using exponents. So this is just kind of keeping the big picture in mind in terms of solving exponential equations. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve this particular exponential equation without the aid of a calculator. And the key is to try to equate the base. So here I have 2 and here I have 4 on this side of the equation. So anytime you're facing a problem like this, you always want to try to see if you can get these bases the same. And if here I have 2 again, and here's 4, can I write this 4 in such a way where we have the same base? Well, yes. If I have 2 over here, or 2 to the first, and I have 4, well, I'm like, well, I could just rewrite 4 as 2 squared. So I have 2 squared here and 2 to the first there. That's going to be the key to solving this problem. So let's go ahead and do that now. So here's 2 to the n plus 1, that's my left-hand side, and then 4 to the 1 minus 2n is the same thing as 2 squared to the 1 minus 2n. Now you're going to see how nice this works out by doing that. So let's go ahead and simplify this. Remember, we have a property. It's basically a to the n to the m, where you have an outside exponent. Let me just show you here. 2 cubed to the 4th. This is a to the nm. I really should finish that for you. So 2 cubed to the 4th power is equal to 2 to the 12th. So we multiply that outside exponent to that inside exponent. So here, we're going to take that 1 minus 2n and multiply it by 2, or 2 times this 1 minus 2n, and that's going to give us 2 minus 4n on this exponential expression right here. Okay, so now we have 2 to the n plus 1 is equal to 2 to the 2 minus 4n. Excuse me if I misspoke. But you can see here that we have the same base. Okay, so if the bases are the same, and we're making a mathematical statement here, we're saying that this is equal to this. Well, if we have the same bases, the only way that can happen is if the exponents are the same. Okay, so if this is the same as this and we're equal, then these exponents must be the same, and that is going to be the key to solving this problem. So we're just going to figure out, we're going to say, okay, n plus 1, you must be the same as 2 minus 4n, and now let's go ahead and solve this nice basic linear equation for n. And we'll go ahead and do the work here, and hopefully this is just easy stuff for most of you out there at this level of mathematics. Again, this is like Algebra 2, college algebra kind of stuff. But anyways, we're going to get n. We're going to subtract 1 from both sides. So we get n is equal to 1 minus 4n. And then we'll move that 4n on this side of the equation. You can see my work here. And the way I'm showing my work is the way you would want to show this to your teacher. So we're going to add down. So 1n plus 4n is 5n is equal to 1. Now we're going to go ahead and divide both sides of the equation by 5, and we get n is equal to 1 over 5, and that is the answer. So when you're doing this work, okay, anytime you're solving an equation, any type of equation in mathematics, you want to show each step. And as you're doing your work, you want to get in a habit of double checking and just kind of like grading yourself as you go. That will really reduce the amount of errors you make. In mathematics, like anything, you're going to make mistakes. I still make mistakes. What I try to do is to reduce my mistakes, and the best way to do that is just by double checking, writing neat, being structured, just double checking yourself as you go. We live in such a distracted world. I mean, you might be thinking right here, oh, okay, 2 minus 1 is 1, and you know the answer, for example, and you know that 2 minus 1 is going to be a 1, but something just pops into your head, something random, maybe your phone notification goes off or something like that, and you write 7. Okay, that can happen. You're like, how did I write 7? How did I, what was I thinking? Well, you got distracted. Okay, you might have just, some random thought came into your head, and you just wrote something down. You don't even know why you wrote that down. That happens, even happens to me. Okay, what we want to do is reduce that by double checking as we go. Okay, so if you need more help with this, and you're definitely going to want to master this, again, if you're at these levels, typically solving exponential equations, you might get some basic introduction to this in like Algebra 1. But again, if you're in Algebra 2, college algebra, intermediate algebra, pre-calculus, courses like that, you absolutely need to know this. And I have actually all those programs in my math help website. So just go there. You can kind of check out whatever respective course you need. Also, I have additional videos on my YouTube channel that talks about how to solve exponential equations using logarithms. But if this particular video helped you out, don't forget to like and subscribe. And with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.